Here's another 223 exclusive from your commander-in-chief, none other than Dominator 22 motherfucking 3. Yeah, bang. Today we're going to bring you our 4-piece rigger set with our exotic holster, the waveform, 1-piece wyvern. Let's get it. Our weapons we're using is a test subject, perfectly in sync. Alright, you can forget about that 15% and then that double 30%. Okay, hitting an enemy grants 20% skill damage for 5 seconds. Using a skill or damaging an enemy with a skill grants 20% damage for 5 seconds. Those two buffs are double when they're both active. Okay, so you use a skill, you fire a bullet, you got 40%. Boom, right there. Beautiful, beautiful. Much better than the regular NSYNC. You get an additional 10% skill and weapon damage. Let's go. Alright, now our capacitor here. You guys have seen this before. Almost triple god roll. This baby, every time we hit an enemy, we get an additional 1.5 skill damage. Stacks up to 40 times. Okay. Typically what I do is I like to just keep my buff around 35, 40. You know, if you're really trying to minimize how much ammo is being used, this is what you want to have right here, man. You're going to be doing great, you understand? You're going to do great things. Now, under our set here, first piece is our mask. Okay, you already know, max skill damage, 9.7 duration mod. Same thing for our chest piece, again, max skill damage, max skill duration mod. Okay, 10%. That looks really lovely. Okay, just want to let you guys know that the 4-piece for this, 2 pieces gives us skill haste, 3-piece gives us skill duration, but the 4-piece gives us a talent called Tend and Befriend. Interacting with your skill gives you an additional 25% skill damage for 10 seconds. This is as simple as you selecting a new target for either your artillery or for your fucking striker drone. Anything that you decide to use, you switch targets, you get that additional damage. That's huge. Okay. Onto our 3rd piece of rigger. It's our backpack here. Alright, now what this backpack is going to do, it's going to give us an additional talent called Complete Uptime. And basically what this means is there's no skill cooldown, guys. Alright, gang, no skill cooldown. When you cancel your skill, it automatically comes back. This here is amazing. Number one, you can keep pretty much anything up. There's no need to even have skill haste nowhere on this build. Alright, when you guys make this bad boy here, real simple, straightforward, we want skill damage on everything. Okay, we want damage. As far as the mods, don't even think about putting skill haste on there. We want duration. We want duration, gang, on everything. You hear me? 4th and final piece, that's our gloves. Max skill damage. Again, that's all you're gonna see. Max rolls on all this, on everything here. You understand? Our last and final piece, our 5th piece of gear here is our 1st piece of wyvern. Max status and skill damage. You know, for this one here, I could have went with skill haste, but excuse me, there's no reason to have skill haste when skill haste is not a thing for this build. You could throw skill haste out the window. We don't even need to discuss skill haste when it comes to the 4-piece rigger. Let's go. All right. Holster is our waveform. Okay, waveform holster gives us a talent called Alternating Current, and what this is, it generates a stack 3% skill damage on one of your skills every second, capping at 10 stacks. After the 10 seconds at the cap, the stacks transfers to your other skill, and then this process is continuously repeated. Okay, as long as you have that active. That's a keeper. We didn't really touch base on our sidearm. Sidearm, what we're using here is our PX4 Storm. Max weapon damage, 5 out of 6% damage to armor. Of course, with NSYNC. If you're gonna roll, if you're gonna have any type of sidearm, I would definitely go with NSYNC on any type of skill build. Maybe Spike, depending on how your libraries look. All of our libraries is complete, and you can just roll that NSYNC on there if it's not already. Okay. Now, our first skill that we're using is our artillery turret. This thing is nasty. PvP, PvE, I don't give a damn what gets hit by this. This thing is nasty. Okay, 2.8 million weapon damage. That's before anything is procced. Alright, when I have the buffs up, this thing is hitting just around 5 mil, just under 5 mil. Yeah, per mortar. That's tough. Okay, this baby here, this is what I like to use to pretty much keep with me. I don't always send my drone out. Sometimes I will send it out. You can easily call it back by double tapping R1, in case you guys don't know that. You're super squishy. You don't have that much weapon damage, despite the additional damage that you're getting from the capacitor and having all these yellow tiers. You want to know how much? You just add, well, you multiply 7.5 weapon damage times every skill tier that you have. In my case, this will be 6. You understand? That's how we're going to figure that out. And in this build, you just see a whole bunch of synergy. From the weapons, from the talents. This is definitely something that I like, I enjoy. It's not one of my strongest skill builds, but when it comes to sustained skill damage, this is up there. I mean, it's really up there. Okay, now I'm running a demolition as my specialist. First reasons is the stimulus patch. Armor kits repair 100% of your armor. Not only that, but you get an additional 30% weapon handling for 15 seconds. That's huge. That's huge. We also get incombustible. Almost F that all the way up, gang. This gives us an additional 20% burn resistance. You've seen a lot of people pair this with certain types of hazard builds, and that's cool. Nothing wrong with that. We're not really discussing hazard per se. That's not why we have this, but it's a cool feature to have. We also get fragmentation grenades. These are okay. They cause bleed damage. They're not bad. Explosive ordnance. 10% increased explosive damage. All right, that's what that artillery turret is gonna be hitting for. That's what we want to see. Anything that's gonna make that artillery turret go crazy. Let's keep in mind that if you don't use demolitionist, you won't have this artillery turret. Okay, you must run demolitionist if you want to use the artillery turret. Also give my group members an additional 5% damage to targets out of cover. That's huge. I'm boosting all my team's damage. We also get a talent called Brace for Impact. This talent allows us to ignore any explosive once every 60 seconds. Alright, gang? One time every minute you get to ignore an explosion. If you're out there, you're running any type of heroic or legendary content, that's key. That's something you definitely want to have moving forward. Crisis response. This is another key thing that I like to use, not just for PvE, but for PvP. It's when your armor is reduced to 0. Your armor is completely depleted, gang. No more armor. You automatically get your magazine refilled. That is huge, especially when you're running things with high RPM, small magazine size. That's key. Okay, it allows you to keep shooting without having to worry about switching your weapons or possibly taking those few extra seconds to reload. Okay. Vital protection, all the skills, all the different things give you 50% reduced pulse resistance, so that's not special. Okay, so that's why we decided to go with demolitionist. I think demolitionist is the best alternative for this build. If you did want to go with, let's say, tactician, you could easily do so. There's nothing wrong with going with tactician. You get the additional skill tier, and you can get additional skill damage. If you want to throw some healing on there, you can get additional skill healing. That's totally up to you guys on what you want to do. I feel like if you want the best bang for your buck, you definitely want seeker or some type of artillery turret. You want something that goes boom, not bang. Okay, this is a boom build. You know what I mean? C4, specialization, coordinates. We want all that crazy shit. Okay, we want all that. Based off of what I've seen, you guys are more interested in the builds, but I like to showcase a little bit of something what I got, as opposed to just telling you guys, oh, it's great, it works wonders, and then you don't know about what's going on. Okay, And look at those numbers there. Like I said, just under 5 mil. I just took all those guys out.
All communications coming in and out of the building
Unheroic, with directives. You know,
so you'll need to find it and secure it.
That's 3.5. That's because I had nothing procced. That's not bad. Just want to show you guys how fun this build is, man. This build is super fun. Oh, I got him just before he went down. That sucks. Alright, let's get it, let's get it. I was gonna say, I know that ain't everybody. Come on now. Let's play. Look at that, 4.4 mil. I mean, you really get some good damage. You really get some good damage here. 4.5 mil. Just under 5. Let's go. Sometimes if you try to maneuver the aiming, it won't go where you quite want it to go. But to this thing and talk forever, and you guys really don't, seems to me, like care about the gameplay. I just want to show you guys that this works, man. It works. We went over the build. If you guys have any questions, thoughts, concerns, suggestions, please send them my way. I got more vids coming your way. We're gonna keep it hot, right off the press. Exclusive shield for 223 game. You understand. Signing out. Your Commando-in-Chief. We'll holler. TTT on top. Yeah.